What's good, everybody? This your boy D Money. We on another episode of the Lott of Fashion podcast. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share with your friends and family so that way everybody can stay tuned in and tapped in. What we've been talking about on this podcast series and season, we primarily been talking about building a product from nothing. Now, I've been tapping into different, avenues, whether it be, the actual building and development of products, the marketing strategies behind things, and also just the importance of consistency and messaging with building a brand. So what we're going to primarily talk about today is longevity over hype. And the short-term hype kills a long-term vision for a brand most times, because instant gratification is a bitch, and going viral is honestly the biggest thing for people nowadays, where it's not even that important. If you're having consistency on a day-to-day basis, your brand's going to grow. Slow progress is better than no progress. I said that at the end of the last episode. And as long as you have consistency in your content, consistency in your ads, you're going to see solid growth each and every time. Doesn't matter if it's going to be a viral moment or not, but you're going to see solid growth, you're going to see solid results, and you're going to get sales. It's just that simple. Consistency beats moments, because at the end of the day, it's better for somebody to see you every day than them to see you every now and again. As far as if you're building a solid business, you're planning on long-term success, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, it is also good to have those moments as well too, but the main goal is to stay consistent, because those opportunities will, work themselves in if you're consistent. They won't happen if, you're just working for a big moment each time you do a new project. So number one is the hype trap. One good drop doesn't mean success, okay? You got to do that drum over and over again in order for greatness to be in the realm of your legacy. A lot of people, they don't think on the, terms of legacy. They think just making money and, being cool and popular and, in the mainstream. But first and foremost, you got to get to the mainstream. And then when you get to the mainstream, you can't fall off, because at the end of the day, once you fall off, then you're just going to be, food for the sharks. Everybody's going to come at you. Everybody's going to, break you down until the point of where you don't have a business anymore, or somebody takes your business for less. And, you're not going to get the type of opportunities that, you dreamed and, been chasing. So it's best to be consistent with everything that you're doing. So that way, like I said, those opportunities come, those, big markets mess with your brand, the small markets mess with your brand, and, consistent money, consistent support, a community is being built, and things last for a long time. Your name is mentioned for a long time. Number two is build systems. Repeatable success is better than lucky wins, because a lot of times people be shooting for the fences, and sometimes very small chances it works, but at the other times you lose out, and you're losing out on big money when you don't even really need to spend big money in order to make things happen. The more that you're consistent, the more that you show up on a consistent basis is going to trigger big brands that are looking down and see what you're doing, because they see that you show up every single day. You don't take a break, you don't take a breath. Most times, if you're sick or hurt, you still show up. And that's what is most important, because at the end of the day, when you're owning a solid business, you got to show up every day anyway. And that's what people be forgetting. Like, I know, There's a lot of influencers out there that tell you, oh yeah, you only got to do this, that, and the third. And that's only because they got 50 people working for them or 25 people working for them already, and the work that they used to do isn't the same as they used, as they're doing now. So it's just a matter of understanding where people are at when you're getting advice as well too, and also understanding where you're at as well, because that's going to make the difference in how you move forward. Number 3 is stay grounded. Stick to the plan. Discipline over excitement. See, the thing is that what I did was when I was, I say about 24, 25, I started to actually make money for this third-party company that was partnered with Verizon. So we were selling Verizon Fios, the internet, and the cable when it first, was starting to get hot. And I was here in Philly during that time. It was about 2014, 2015, when the Drake and Future album was popping in every club scene. But yeah, like, we were making dumb money just from the simple fact that we were consistent with the message and how we approached each customer, and we didn't lose ground on what we were saying. We stayed true to each message. That's how a lot of the salesmen and saleswomen were able to lock in sales, and that's how Verizon got to be where it was being, because they had a solid plan. They knew how to reach the customers, and they knew who to reach the customers with. As long as you got a solid plan and you're not going for excitement, it's good. But for me, in a personal sense, during that time, I was interested in making money and having fun. And I knew that with my dreams and goals, it was going to take time in order to get there. So what I also did was I stayed grounded, I had made money, and I did have fun. So that way I can take out all the excitement, take out the, I guess you could say the drive for instant gratification, instead of staying grounded on my plans and goals and staying disciplined in my approach, that I would not lose focus. And that's how I've been able to get to the point of where I'm at today. And that's how, the ones that are truly successful are able to get to where they are today. It's just like in one of Drake's songs where he was like, all my friends is partying, but I'm at home working. I think it was actually the feature with Tuesday on I Love McConaughey's drum. But yeah, that's what it is. You gotta separate work and fun. And sometimes you have to balance it, but the main thing is you gotta make sure the main thing is that discipline in getting to your dreams and goals. Anyone can go viral, only a few can last. So start sticking to the plan. There's not a lot of people that don't. Maybe you should keep visualizing your purpose. All it takes is you doing the research, putting a solid plan together, and executing it. And all your dreams and goals will come to fruition. Keep visualizing, make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel. We're trying to do big things. We're trying to help build a solid community of people that will achieve their dreams and goals. See you on the next episode. Thank you guys for watching another episode of A Lot of Fashion. We appreciate you guys for liking and subscribing and also staying tuned through the whole episode. Make sure that you take these business gems and start visualizing your purpose. I am out.